Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a beautiful night worth of CSGO, and it is going to be with the one and only commentator, HazDaddySlim.
Amp, good to see you. I see you. We're ready to get into some more CSGO action. I was here last night, of course, Mr. 2SBS, and we're back again for even more in what is, well, I guess week 2 now of our first round of the AEL CSGO University. It's been a pretty eventful first week, and we can't wait to get started in the second one. And I mean, tonight, both of these guys, teams, we've got the Australian National University and also the Newcastle University as well. Both located up around the Sydney area, and both teams looking to get on the board again for this week. And some of their names as well. We were going over the team players' names, and there's some really good ones tonight. Really good stuff.
Yep, you said it. Some really good stuff, some nice names. I mean, like AEU Esports, they have Hazy, they have Rajesh, Daryl, Boxhead, Dank Sniper, and Bonk. I've seen Hazy and Rajesh play really well with Dank Sniper and Daryl from the last season. Every time we've seen AEU Esports play, they've always been superb. And of course, on University of Newcastle AC, we have Gypsy, Selfie, Yuzui, Osas, Morphids, Saint Tenzin, and also Velocity. So that's going to be a very interesting lineup to see how they are going to stack against a very well-versed AEU Esports tonight.
Yeah, no, so looking forward to what should be a pretty good game. We're, of course, going to be starting on Overpass for our first map. A map which it's sort of always around. You never usually see it too much these days, but it still is one of the, I guess, one of the map pool that everyone does usually tend to enjoy, which is, you know, I can't say no to a bit of Overpass. And then, of course, after that, we'll be moving on to Inferno as well. So two pretty good maps for this evening. Looking forward to that. But before we do get into the action and really start dissecting all of these players, teams, everything to go from week 1, we do have to go over our sponsors for the evening.
Indeed, we do. Has, and the first one obviously is going to be Chatime. Fresh IC, try the new range today at your local store. They have over 120 Chatime tea breweries, and they have a commitment to quality ingredients and mixing. So make sure to, go and get a beautiful cup of boba from Chatime. And of course, after that, you have AOC Monitors. They have sold so many monitors, being over 3 million just from 2 months ago, and now it's with 50 years in the experience. AOC has delivered exceptional viewing experience to millions of loyal customers worldwide. So make sure to go and pick one up, whether you're doing it for gaming or office or home. Of course, after that, you do have Indomie Migorang. Now, if you don't have this to feed your game, then you're not doing it right. So make sure to go and try out their flavors. Buy them from any of the local supermarkets that's near you. And of course, Rick, do you have what it takes to win? Rick says, if you have one, then you have what it takes to win. So make sure to go and get an exceptional audio quality coming from RIG.
Yeah, very nice. I mean, all of those definitely products that I will be investing in the near future, considering I will be having depths of money because I have invested in all types of Bitcoin, Amp. And that's just that's exactly, that is 100% real and definitely something that has happened. So well done. But yeah, thank you to all our sponsors. They all provide us with, some nice services. They also let us get paid a bit of cash when we do these casts. And, we never say no to a bit of that. As much as we do love casting, you never say no to a bit of cash. I mean, it's always pretty beautiful.
Hey, when you're sitting here enjoying yourself with one of the best casters from OCEC and you're getting paid for it, that's just, absolutely perfection. That's exactly what we want.
You're too kind, Ed. You're too kind.
Hey, with the legendary team up, we have been doing it for quite a while now on the CSGO scene. So guys, if you are watching this, we thank you once again from all the Twitch and of course to the Facebook viewers. Make sure to follow us at AEL Uni and of course at AU Esports League over all of our social medias, because if you are attending a university currently in Australia, you can enroll into the current community worth of games over here. And we have more than CSGO. We have Rocket League, we have Rainbow Six Siege, and of course Dota. So yeah, make sure to get your interest in, because this is where your journey to esports really begins.
And right, you are, Amp. We're just waiting on the last player to come in. So we've got 9 people sitting in the server at the moment, just doing the old 1v1s, which have now become an accustomed bit of warm-ups in most CSGO maps. As Yeah, I guess we need to go over the first weekend. We said we were going to just discuss how both of these teams went. I actually sort of lost the first round or week ones there, but do you have it on yourself?
The first week, you mean when we first started casting on the first week? Like, purely last week?
Who last week? Well, I think that was the first week of the tournament as well to start off with.
Yep. Okay, so we had the QT game. That was a very interesting one. Who actually spoke with Potato Fry, so that one I casted. I think it was with 2Tap20, so that was a very interesting 0-2 for QT. And of course, we had another game early on. First one, I'm trying to think, because we casted so many games through the week, I'm actually at a loss at all my information. Now I need to pull out all my sheets and stuff now.
He's a busy man, this guy. He's doing all the stuff. He's just going through everything at the moment. Can't stop him.
Oh, I'm definitely gonna pull all this stuff up now. Though. All right. Wait. We have it. We have it here. Okay, I remember now. So the first one is AUE Black against UON-AC. That's right, because we had a University of Newcastle EC game first. That was that first one, and which was a very interesting one because we did have Guns and Chaotic versus up against each other. Really nice plays all around. Pretty solid for the first week starting. I think UON-AC got punished because of the economy and the deficit on that one. But then we had a really close one right after that. And that was between Uni Melbourne and QT. That's the one that I got the other one. Yeah.
Both fantastic games, both. I mean, I think I was popped in for the second one as well during the week. By myself, we had the one last night as well, which was the Willie's Oompa Loompas, which of course is University City up against the Latrobe Eagles. Latrobe taking that out 2-0 in the end. I know, good name. Willy Wonka, he does own a chocolate factory. Unfortunately, the CSGO owned team not really performing to their expectations last time. One of their players, I believe, as well, was running at 120 ping, if I remember. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was.
No.
Yeah, it was Walking Small. Yeah, he did not have a great night. He was running at 120 ping, so I'm not entirely sure what the reason behind that was, but made it a bit more difficult. But I mean, the results from the first week so far, so we are in Group A at the moment, ANU Esports and the UON Esports, the University of Newcastle guys, which is the game that is currently about to happen. Still no result there. Monash Lads had the bye, and AUE White went down 0-2 to RMIT Red. That was in Group A. Group B was Unity of New South Wales Raw, going down by 2 to UOW Esports Red. The Western Sydney Wyverns had the bye, and the Deacons 2-0 to Swinburne Red. That was in Group B. Group C was Murdoch Esports taking a loss 0-2 to the UTS Friendly Fire team. Uni of New South Wales Raw 2-0 to Swinburne Black. And of course, as I was saying, the Oompa Loompas going down 0-2 to Latrobe Eagles in Group C. And finally in Group D, team at Uni Melbourne, of course, got the Weebs and Pajamas done in. I mean, there's all the good sounding teams, and they're not getting the wins this week, which is quite saddening. Megabots took down 100p Mochi. That's also the UTS guys, and AUE Black finished off the Uni of Newcastle as well. Their EC team, so they went down 2-0, and that was in Group D. So this is our final guess game of. That's probably why some people are thinking, why is it still round one on a Monday? Well, these guys just had to delay a bit longer than usual, but yeah. So this is our last round one map of this week, and then of course every game from here on out that we will be casting during the week is going to be from round 2. Some good lineups getting in there. But yeah, everyone's settling in, getting ready. We have 5v5 in the server. We're just waiting for the players to get underway. I'm not sure what the delay is, but I'm sure there's plenty of... Sure, there's a good reason. There's always a great reason for this kind of stuff.
Surely, they always do. The boys never really let us down unless they decide to tell us that they're going to be full delayed or not playing tonight. That's always a bad time. But no, so far we've been having a really great time with both sides. UON has been competing for quite a while now. I would like to think that right now they are more seasoned from when they first started their journey here. And of course, ANU. This is going back a while back when ANU first joined. It was pretty much more of a ragtag team, and over the years they have been performing a lot more solid, coming up with the strategies and the correct synergies with the team. So it's always good to see like teams like ANU come back and saying, okay, we're ready to give it another shot. We're ready to like come and hustle, and it's actually pretty good. So I will say, like, I'm really looking forward to how ANU is going to be performing against UON, because I've seen ANU grow through the last 2-3 years.
Yeah, well, both of these teams, and I guess all the teams in general, there has been sort of the last couple of seasons as well. There's sort of been those standout teams, but there definitely has been an improvement from sort of the top down for, team. There is always, of course, that, the ones sort of chilling there for a bit of a, more of a fun, casual vibe. But I mean, this is a tournament. There is a prize pool, and there is opportunities to put your name out there and do stuff if you have that desire to do so. And there's definitely plenty of opportunity, and tonight is just another example as that. As just going through all the players at the moment, we're just looking up and down. There's two that I see that are AFK. We've got GP Selfie, isn't doing a lot of moving. Daryl is staring at a wall. That's always good. And I believe the last one, I think it's just those two at the moment.
It's just those two.
GP started moving, and there you go, just like that. GP makes a slight movement. And our knife round gets underway, our favourite round, Emp, where absolutely nothing happens. I wish something would happen. One day it will. But right now, unfortunately not, because if anyone... For those who don't know, the team sides are already picked at the start of the map. So usually in a game where you pick the map, you can also decide the side you start on with a knife round win. As we can see here, unfortunately. That is not what happens, as everyone on the ANU side dies. Bonk! We'll be finished off there by GP Selfie just before we can type in the suicide button. Velocity also bites the dust, and UON, they take the knife round. I never would have seen it coming, but there we go.
Okay, so while we are getting our first official round on the way, ANU Esports has the first pick. So this is a ban to Dust 2, Ancient, Mirage, and Vertigo. So ANU Esports actually opted to pick for Overpass. Now, obviously, if they are ready to come at this game with everything that they've got, they're going to be having a very awesome time. However, if they get taken away by UON-AC on this one, the next one when they go to Inferno, ANU, I believe they're going to be starting on the T side first, because they want to get that early begin. They want to pick that early aggression and get the momentum going straight up. So it'll be very interesting to see how ANU is going to be performing on their pick.
Yeah, no, it's usually a CT pick every time that you go onto one of these, when you have the map sort of chosen or up against, and you have that opportunity to pick the side. So it does make it very interesting, but I sort of believe that they have the strat book ready. They know what they want to do, and maybe they just want to get straight into the action rather than playing those CT-sided holds, because you don't usually have as many strats there when you are pushing onto a side. As the game restarting and ready to go, it looks like we're going to be jumping into round number one. Emp, take it away. What do we expect from this opening round here?
Well, ANU, I like the way they usually rush up, because they don't just go for the fast speed. They usually go for A play into long and go for the standard duel in the park, and then just go straight into an A stack, which is exactly what they're doing. Like, this is just the one, and then, oh my god, they find one, but nothing just yet.
Yeah, Morpheus running back in towards Bathroom there, trying to get away. He's not going to be able to. Jazz is going to hunt him down, and this push is just going straight down. They might actually look to go back towards Connector, and while this is absolutely big brain, because they've all left the B side, they have UON, and that is going to be an easy blonde plant, you would imagine. Possibly they might get a peek in just as they're coming to the site, but realistically, they can't do much about it. The bomb goes down. They sell the fake pretty well. Daryl, though, trying to get aggressive there towards the back there. He was going to be taking them with Velocity. 4v4. Velocity already taking a dink as well. 18 HP. Just moves back beautifully with a shot into Jazz. Make that a 4v3 now. Pushing down towards the water. They pick up another. Ozar's picking up that one. 4v2. They've done this very well now. Rajesh stuck in towards the back down towards Mozinek. Gets some kills. Gets one. GP Selfie with the trade, though. Now up on towards that short side as Hazy. Velocity is low. If he can get the tap down here, he's got an opportunity. Gets one. The defuse is already coming in, though. It's not going to be a 5-second one. It's ticking it down. It's down. It's going. It's going. He's getting the shots in towards him, but he holds it. Selfie comes up. Knocks Hazy down. And a very nice retake there from UAN and ANU. They sold the fake beautifully from A. Got through connector, did that bomb down, but probably just got a bit too aggressive with those holds up and towards site. They dropped the round. 1-0 after one end.
Yeah, Daryl getting really aggressive, charging that back position wasn't something that you see too often. Even with a pistol, you don't charge straight like that. So obviously it doesn't get the preferred armor, but that is an aggressive play coming from Jazz here. Has the AK with Rajesh. These two players are so amazing when it comes to it, and they've realized that it's like, oh, hang on, let me just swap you with a Mac because my health is a little bit low. We have the danger power coming in, and UON-AC. Now they know there is a buy, so if they do get this round somehow hold with all their D life, they are going to get another bonus round, and Daryl's going to be taken away by Uzu or Sasi, and that is a good pick.
Free AK as well as he gets someone in towards Cadet Morphit's also pushing up here at A long. He's got a lot of information. Jazz though will take down Ozas. Will do a bit of damage for himself there, but we'll be able to retrieve that AK 4v4 situation. Tenzin also low as well. Reduce will pick him up. Shooting from behind Morphit's. He got the flank, misses the shots, and Hazy shuts him down with that deagle. And now the A site can be absolutely swarmed here as Hazy gets the bomb down. And Velocity and GP Selfie left in a 4v2 situation.
This is something that you can't really recover that easily, especially with the AK staring down at you. Hazy, he's still on maximum health. Does spot this out with Rajesh. They just trade. That's fine. Hazy still has that AK, and there's still another on deck. Velocity needs to come up and push it. He knows where Hazy is, but two more. Now he's a lot. They know it is, and yeah, he's stuck between two AKs. And he's on 5 health, but he's gonna get it, which is awesome. He does have the kit. Jazz? Jazz?
Oh no.
Okay.
Jeez, I thought for a second Jazz didn't spot him, but he does get that one down. Survives with the AK as well. And ANU respond immediately. They force up after getting that bomb plant down. And they get that round back. And it does mean UON most likely here will stick to just pistols, and that looks like it's what it's going to be. They're going to be pushing 4. Maybe 3 now towards that B side as ANU. They're going to be rushing straight down towards that monster area, and possibly, I say that, and they decide to go up towards short tunnel. So, you know.
Oh, that's dangerous.
Trying to get the boost up. Jazz watching it, and will take him down. So the immediate advantage here for ANU. They've got the utility, they've got the weaponry this round. This should be a pretty open and shut case. Velocity also down here towards the sewers. He'll get knocked down as well, 5v3. And I mean, they know they're pushing on towards the side here, UON, but there's not a lot that they can do with just USS. The boost again coming up. That's not particularly working this round too well. Rajesh will take on before going down to Osos. Daryl and Hazy finish off the job, and ANU pick up their second. And sort of a logical conclusion to that round when UON with that save will now be able to invest pretty much fully. Tenzin might have to sacrifice a bit, but should be able to get a lot of weaponry and utility across the board.
Yeah, they are going to pick up an AUG on GP Selfie here. The buy is not really in, so this is more like a quasi and a mix. And at the same time, ANU, they've utilized those 2 rounds really nicely. I mean, they gambled nicely, they win it, and now they are just on top. They have 4 AKs on deck, and they have lots of utilities to work with. All of them pretty much have a nade. It's a nice tap into Tenzin. I don't know how Tenzin actually managed to get away with that. And Daryl also lived from 18 health. Probably going to go and find Bonk to just trading his weapon. Meanwhile, Hazy finds it, and yeah, Tenzin is gonna go down, which ensures that this can be a maximum B push, if not threaten the A, depending on this kill.
This fight between Ozos and Jazz could be big though. Lawrence Bathrooms here trying to sort of just pick out what they want to do. Jazz decides to fall back now with a bomb. Must be tempted to join him. Meanwhile though, Morpheus pushing up. We'll take down behind it. Hazy will trade, but Velocity with 2 big kills with that MP7. And Ozas pushing up as Hazy's throwing up that Molotov. Bombers down, and now left in a 1v3. Rajesh has to get to this bomb. 48 seconds immediately. Trying to push down through mid. But Ozas holds the angle. And it's 2-all after 4. And again, just the sort of rounds just the fight back there. They win out the first gun round of this map. And all with Tenzin basically using nothing but 2 flashes as well. So, yeah, be pretty happy with what he managed to do. Got that dink onto Daryl down to 18. And in the end, it comes through pretty nicely for them.
it was a nice little bit of a backplay as well. And you see, Ozas really wants to just go up there and have that early fight, threaten them a little bit with that AK in hand. At the same time, the rest of ANU, their load hasn't really changed. This is still the same buy as the last one. Pretty sure someone is going to be looking at their backs. A nice duel, but Morpheus is going to retreat. He sees that there's multiple players here. He's just buying some time, trying to just determine, are they going to commit to this long or not? Oh, lines it up though. Bonk goes down to that beautiful scout headshot.
Well, he was lining up Jazz, but Bonk warped into him as Jazz just taps him down nicely. 4v4 now. As Hazy begins to walk up through these bathrooms, takes down Osas, goes peeking in. The taps from these AKs coming together very nicely. Now it's just Tenzin left on the side towards Bank. The Molotov's just going to miss him, but he's jumping up. He has been spotted by Daryl. Then swings out. Daryl will be able to shut him down for V2. GP and Velocity make their way towards the side, but the bomb will go down. And now the retake begins. Whether or not they actually want to commit to this or possibly look to save. Velocity does have money to invest in the next round, but Selfie only with 2,000 himself. It's going to be very difficult to get much into the next round if they want to. So
yeah, it feels like
decision, and I think they've decided getting out of there.
It feels like they didn't really want to do anything with it. They did have the kit, but they realized that with all the commitment that we're going to be getting, we're still not going to have enough for it, because have to get the flash, have to flash again, bait out a reverse flash, and then the smoke is just going to deter us. We're not going to have anything to do with it. So it's a wise decision coming from UON-AC, and now the rest of ANU, they're going to take the lead, which is good, and they have 4 AKs to muck around with, because only Bonk went down, and Bonk only had a Mac. So they've really just snowballed a little bit from that last round. So if they pick up this round, you're going to look at a big eco bonus round from ANU.
And it depends on how they want to play this one here at UON as well. So they've invested it back into this round. The AK and the AUG saved, of course, meaning they could sort of buy the rest of their teams out. But they're going straight down in towards sewers here, pushing towards this B site. Already sort of 3 out towards here. Jazz going to take a lot of damage, though. He's already down, and now he's down completely. Self is going to put him into the ground. He's picked up a second as well now. 5v3, and now ANU, they can possibly look to rotate, but they're going to try and still commit to this one as the UNM players are all over the side. Selfie gets another one. Tenzin picks up 2. Daryl, he stops Selfie at 3, but a very nice hold there from UON, and it's just back and forth at the moment. Neither team really willing to put their hands up and start running away with this at the moment. And ANU, even though they do drop that round, they do have the economy to reinvest. And again, we're going to be going to another gun round straight into it. Bonk, though, does seem a little short on cash. Yeah, just the P250 for him.
Yeah, Bonk hasn't really done too much these few rounds. He's been supporting his team, but he's just been taken down way too early throughout the game, man. GP Selfie, that one AUG work miracles for him, and at the same time, it's a nice duel in the connector, but oh, they are still both alive. Bonk still is gonna go down, so it's a trade back and forth between the two. Meanwhile, this long duel, Jazz really wants a piece of Morpheus, and Morpheus is saying, okay, well, you come to me, I have plenty of time to muck around with, and Rajesh shoots at Tenzin's legs a little bit, has identified where the possible defense is. ANU is just fishing for some opportunities, waiting for UON to come a little bit forward so they can punish them.
Reloading as he walks around the corner for more, but not the greatest idea. We'll be able to put Jazz into the ground, though, and trying to get that I guess the take back. Hazy, but Selfie holding that angle puts him down, and again, ANU now find themselves a different end, 4v2. Bomb, though, he's heading towards B, and there's only one player sitting on the side at the moment. Daryl holding back just above water there, near squeaky door. As now UON begin to rotate towards this B site. 29 seconds and counting. If they want to go, they have to go now. This is where they begin. GP Selfie holding that angle at the back there of the B site. And we'll take that one down. Daryl hits the ground, and Rajesh now left in a 1v3 situation. We'll be able to put Tenzin down. And the bomb plant should be there. And Selfie and Morford's don't exactly have huge health. Morford's also dropping a bit as he jumps down as well. Swinging from Rajesh will finish him off. He's towards upper heaven. Rajesh with a 3k there. 4 in the round. And picks up that round for ANU, one that they never really should have had there. But they give it up, UON, and huge plays there from Rajesh.
Rajesh is just a boss. What a 4K coming out. He clutches that round for ANU. I mean, they've got to be feeling good about themselves just from that one play. Don't ever let this man get away from any joy. If you see him, just invest all your players in. Otherwise, he'll just do this to you. So, UON, without the economy, is going to be on a broke bar here. Jazz is going to be seeing this. Oh, he does get dinged. And he knows there's more coming, but he is going to be okay so far. And Rajesh from far takes out velocity nice and easy. That is the difference, having an AK in that long distance.
Zas as well, looking in the wrong direction. He was waiting for Jazz to come back round. Daryl puts him into the ground, though. 5v2. As the bomb makes its way towards this A site. Tenzin on water as well, taking that duel down towards there as Hazy will finish him off. And now GP Selfie is hearing Rajesh here, so it could be a kill, and it is. So the 5-7 delivers, picking up an AK and a flash as he starts to make his way out of here. The problem is they're going to be searching for him, ANU. They know that he's not really going to be going for the bomb, so they want to try and chase him down, stop him from using this AK to the next round, which is it's an interesting one here because they don't exactly have the huge amounts of money in the bank, but Daryl finishes him off. GP goes down and UON. So does their economy. Tenzin has 5,400, but everyone else really lacking in that regard. And ANU sort of open up a bit of advantage. They can make this 6-3. They can convert this round here.
I think it is in a rather interesting spot here for ANU because they've dropped a round that they really shouldn't have, unexpected from UON. And oh my god, this stack coming through. Jazz, he picks up a double, he sprays and prays, but no more will come out. So that is an AK traded for UON at the cost of the site and of course 2 of their players. But it is still pretty good for the side of ANU right now because they get to take the side without really doing anything else. And the rest of UON, they have to just get into this nice and blind. I mean, they don't have the utilities to really deal with how to retake a B push here.
Daryl, you can hear all of that from outside of Squeaky, and Hazy spraying down through towards that door as well. Now just the one player remaining, GP Selfie. He can do nothing as Daryl takes that duel, puts him down, and ANU open up this advantage 6-3. UON, though, should be able to invest into this round. I think one of the problems they've had of not being able to get a lot of utility and well, a lot of money into their bank is they haven't had that AWP, and Velocity will finally be able to put one into use here, especially when the CT side of Overpass and AWP, especially if you're looking towards long, you're holding that B site from up towards Heaven. It's such a vital part of a CT's utility as pushing down below here, and unfortunately this lower tons, Rosas goes down early. Daryl does take a lot of damage for it, but that 5v4 advantage, they have the opportunity to make this a 7th here if they play their cards right.
Yeah, Velocity's AWP hasn't really been utilized just yet. I mean, I would have thought Morpheus would have had a position swap with him, but as expected, he's going to be looking at that long position. Tenzin might just get Daryl first. He's very low on health, just misses the bodies for now, so could be having a fade away. Most of ANU is going to be pivoting towards this A push. Meanwhile, Rajesh is just making lots of noise, trying to bait a over-rotation from UON, but nothing's going to come up. And Morpheus, he has to know what's happening. Meanwhile, Tenzin grabs that first one on Daryl.
I was going to say, gets away with his life, also just spams down Hazy through the smoke. How do you do, Tenzin? You may as well, well, not if you're having that kind of a day, you might as well buy a lotto ticket. Rajesh can be spotted out by Selfie, takes a bit of damage for it, but 4v3 situation. The bomb still heading up towards his A side. Jazz take down Tenzin, and now more feeds. He's stuck in towards long here, and he's deciding he wants to go back to around through bathroom rather than challenge that area as the bomb goes down. 3v3 situation. And making his way behind, gets the spray down onto Rajesh. That's what he needed. 3v2 Velocity coming up now. Needs to check on his left here if he's got any chance. Goes straight forward, takes down Bonk, and now towards that long side is Jazz in a 1v3. Takes out the first and a selfie. Morford shuts him down though. Lovely shot with that AK. And UON break a streak of 3 there from ANU. Make it 4-6 after 10. And yeah, really nice stuff there in the end from Tenzin. I mean, that spam through the smoke. Sometimes, you know, just firing at you, you go, he's about there. Yeah, let me just shoot that spot. And done.
Well, look, UON had a nice round. They got some real nice picks onto ANU, which means that they are going to come up from this one. They still maintain all of their utilities and all the guns, which is always a good thing. That AWP, you'll hate to see it being lost. And Tenzin shoots down Bonk. There is the spray. He's super low. He gets away with 15, but yeah, no, they are still just running away with it. At the same time, ANU losing Bonk really early, as they are hurting because Bonk usually goes down for ANU, gets picked apart, and the rest of utilities just doesn't come out for them. And the rest of ANU team is probably thinking, well, we need to get more picks and redouble. Hazy is going to get one, and that's a nice headshot coming from Jazz. That is going to ensure that they have a numbers advantage when pushing against this. Well, it looks like an A-side push.
Yeah, at the moment, the utility has been thrown towards B there as Morford's making his way back from long towards A. They're selling this pretty well. There's still 2 sitting on towards that B side, and there's a lot on Morford's here. Just looks away as Jazz begins his push up long. Come down to timing, and timing goes in his favour as Jazz had that Molotov out, the spam down towards the site there as Darrow will be able to trade out 3v2. And now Selfie and Tenzin realise that they need to make their way towards this A site. The bomb goes down. And I wonder if they're even going to bother attempting this one. Doesn't look like it. The AWP is picked up from Selfie. I think they'll just try and save that one across into the next round because, I mean, Osas with $100, Morford's with 800. Velocity can probably buy himself into the next round, but everyone else is going to need some reinvestments from the other 2. As the bomb will tick down and reach its logical conclusion here, ANU. They put that buffer back out to 3 rounds now. As it looks like they will be able to at least save the guns here. Doesn't seem like they're going to be searching too hard for it. There is a couple, I say that. Daryl sort of towards that B side, but going in a different direction. And you pick up their 7th. So yeah, the AWP saved the cross. They'll take that UON, but they got that first round. They got that first pick into the round, and unfortunately just couldn't convert it after that, losing 2 almost immediately. And you just starting to gain a bit of ascendancy on this T side.
Yeah, I mean, ANU is getting that ascendancy, but as we say that, Bonk still has yet to pick up a frag for now. Sitting on that 0-8, probably banking and doing most of the saving for the economy of ANU. Hasn't really decided to purchase anything. Meanwhile, UON-AC, this is all the weapons that they have managed to buy and save from last round. They lose this one, the next one, it's going to be a round of eco. And so they're pretty much looking for a nice trade, just trying to get a delay. Velocity though, he is going to pick up Bonk nice and early, which is going to ensure that, well, no frag is still going to come up from Bonk, and the boost is going to come up once again.
Oh! The boost back! It comes through! Zas puts down. Daryl can't quite pick up the other one there in Rajesh, but a great start to the round for UON. When a boost deserves another boost. That is beautiful stuff as Morpheus just goes walking around the corner out from long, swings in the bathroom, and puts Jazz down. Hazy will at least get Tenzin, but 4v2. They're just not really sure what they want to do at this point, making their way back towards the T-spawn and looking like they might try and head down towards Monster or that short tunnel go through water. 30 seconds. If they're going to do this, they need to start doing it now. There's still 2 players left on this B side here for UON.
I mean, they have the utilities to go for it. If Hazy managed to pick up one more, Rajesh is definitely someone who can carry the angles correctly. I'm just a little bit afraid of this mix-up because this is just a pick and they are going to get velocity for it, which means that they also have the nest locked down. They just need to get one more, and that's going to be Selfie.
Oh, Selfie, no! He had the angle, but just misses it. He hadn't really checked sandbags. Coming up now, Ozas, no, with that deagle. They weren't aware he jumped down into Pitt. He picks it up. And UON breathe a sigh of relief around that they had all but wrapped up, almost given away. And Osas comes through with that deke. And they come through with their 5th, 5-7 after 12. And then ANU there, just unfortunately not aware of the jump there. I don't know if he masked that with a shot or not, but they were not looking towards Pitt like they even heard that him come down.
He was just a ninja.
Like, he's just a ninja. He's just a silent but deadly killer.
Look at the bars right now. They picked up an 8 OVP, so they still retain the 2 8 OVPs, all M4, and wow, like Morpheus long distance dueling here with Bison. It's going to be really fun to see if he's going to pick one up. Meanwhile, the rest of ANU has the economy to bank this through. They don't want to get taken out by Morpheus. He's really far in.
Oh, well, I mean, technically it works. He does get the trade across, not with the Bison really, more with his Molotov that he threw down there. There's Rajesh. He's just been playing this lurk towards the B side, just trying to make as much noise as possible, keep these 2 UON players towards that site. Meanwhile, Tenzin, he's got that AWP there, sitting behind those boxes, waiting for something to come. Unfortunately, at the moment, it doesn't look like it's going to be heading that way. As ANU sort of preparing for what looks like a B push. That smoke from Jazz going out towards A. Osas hearing it, throwing down his Molotov and probably relaying that something might be happening towards this A side here, but holding their nerve for now. UON still 2 on each side. Velocity at AWP could be huge here as he waits for them to start pushing in. Rajesh is going to be the first one out of the gates, and he's going to be the first to go down. Velocity puts him down there towards sewers. He's going to be Molotov'd out of the position though and needs to start moving. Does get a nade. Nice nade there onto Hazy. Jazz gets GP selfie up towards Heaven. Tenzin doesn't quite hit that first shot, but he has the opportunity here to get another. Hazy though just goes peeking on out, puts him down 10 seconds. This bomb needs to go down. The opportunity does to go. Velocity getting pushy. Oh, the no scope there. Can't quite get the second though. Hazy comes back with that one. And ANU, the AWP, out AWPs the other one. It was just all AWP shots. A lovely shot there from our man Velocity, but unfortunately just can't clutch out the round. And ANU again, they just keep this 3-round buffer, 8-5.
Yeah, what an interesting position to be in. I mean, the last 3 seconds, like, Velocity really wanted that kill. Could have just played with a bait at the end. It was, 3 seconds. He can definitely play Arena at the Rosies. So you're in right now with a broken economy. They're going to have to get this. Oh, most of it has been spotted out. All 4 going through Squiggy here. And Velocity coming with a duel in the early. Hasn't really tapped that head. And Jazz is probably going, what is happening? Oh no! Daryl!
Well, Daryl wanted to join in on the pistol fun there. Actually picks up one with his Glock before going down. The ball makes its way through bathroom towards this A site. Meanwhile, the rest of the UON CT players make their way up towards the bank area, but most likely not going to be able to get too much done here. So if he does have that AK, but Rajesh is also on the flank behind, or was thinking about it. Now he's deciding that he'd much rather go through connector as Velocity runs on out past the green bin. Unfortunately not going to get much done there, and it looks like Selfie is just going to try and save that AK. Tenzin also just taking a huge amount of damage from that nade as he just decides what he might do, and he's thinking, yeah, I might join you on that one. Save a bit of body armor. As UON, unfortunately there, I mean, pistols really only in that round. Couldn't do too much. Selfie will be able to save the AK across for this last round of the first half. ANU, opportunity, they make it 9-5, an opportunity to make it 10-5.5. I mean, for UON, for how they've played in this first half, they'd be pretty disappointed if they're sitting at 10-5 going onto the T side.
Yeah, this is the final round of the first half. I mean, UON they haven't done badly. It's just that they can only capitalize when Morpheus picks one up really early with Velocity, and then after that it just depends. It's like, are they gonna whiff or not? And that is the main kicker right here. And ANU right here, there's another boost coming up. Poor Bonk, eating most of his things away, but this is a nice deal coming in. There is a trade in favor for UON, and Velocity staring at a nice angle. Gets Bonk finished up, but Rajesh instantly hits back. And Rajesh though, Rajesh is just so incredibly calm under all this pressure. Hazy with the AWP can back him up, but it all depends on how they're going to be able to swing this. There's still more than a minute for them to play.
Yeah, plenty of time left on the clock as that Molotov's going to stop Hazy from getting the bomb down. He goes right towards Tenzin and picks him up. Though Rajesh gets Ozark, and just like that, how has it happened again? Every time you're in, they have this numbers advantage. They just seem to give it up at the worst possible times. Bomb planted, and now Morpheus left in a 1v2. No utility. Does have the kit and body armor, but realistically doesn't have a lot of idea where these players are. He knows Hazy was probably towards site, but he doesn't know where Rajesh has gone at this point as he tucks himself down towards pit. Hazy holding the angle the moment he peeks out. Oh, he looks away just at the wrong time, but the swing back around picks him up, and ANU, they get their 10th and a 10-5 half. Pretty happy with that one as Hazy 17 kills, leads all comers on this server. He's been very nice with that orb as we go straight into our first pistol of this second half.
Yeah, UON definitely needs to catch up and perform against ANU. ANU showing that this is their peak despite losing a few rounds early. This is going to be the nice quick play. Daryl instantly gets one with Rajesh. The bomb's been dropped in front of them too, so that's gonna be a little bit tough. Hazy gets one, all traded, 2 for 2, and this is gonna ensure UON is gonna get the plant.
Morpheus reloading as he runs towards Bonk. Bonk will go down. Now Jazz left in a 1v2 situation. Does have the body armor. And knows that Morpheus is sort of towards that pit side. That's where he's checking first, and he should get the jump on him here as Morpheus looking in the wrong direction towards heaven, takes him down. But now Selfie, that smoke could actually be huge though because it blocks off him from that sandbag position. Problem is the bomb is ticking slowly down. He does have the kit though, so if he wants to hold it, he does have the opportunity to spot Selfie, but now he really does need to hold it, and Selfie running on through, gets the spray down. Oh my god. Almost didn't quite get that one done, but he will finish off the round for UON, who do very nicely there in the end. I mean, it was a bit rough pushing in towards that B side with basically no utility. They lose their first 2 players, but from there they managed to overrun them pretty nicely. ANU though, like they did in the first round of the first half, they are just going to fall straight back into this one. It worked last time. We wonder if it works here though. No utility. Looks like it could be a big rush down here through into water.
Oh, Hazy, he sees this with Rajesh, and they're gonna get one. Oh my god, Jazz with a max hit. Oh, he managed to connect one. And in face of all of this, Rajesh is just a monster. He's such a monster. You can't let him get away with this kind of stuff. I don't know how they did it, but ANU eSports came up from another round deficit. They should be on an eco. But you know what? They said, alright, you do what you need to do, we do what we need to do. We're still just going to buy into it and gamble with everything. So, yeah, 11-6. ANU still leading.
Yeah, I do wonder if UON, they might have just thought, as they pushed into that round, you know, oh, they're probably not going to be buying this one. They'll be EQing, you know, not putting too much money into this one after losing the first. But, yeah, ANU, they just go all in on it. Now, looking very nice here. 4 rifles, the MP9 still on Bonk, who is sitting on 3 kills now. So he's got himself underway a bit. We'll be feeling a bit better there as so far no real firefights taking place at the moment. As UON sort of just chilling towards that playground and fountain area. Morpheus is going to be sitting, so he's going to be the one doing the B lurk here at the moment as he sits back sort of towards alley, making his way down into the tracks position and checking out tunnel. But yeah, just at the moment, everyone's just sort of waiting for something to happen to UON. Trying to wait this out as long as possible. If they do start pushing towards this A site, they might have an opportunity to get something done here. The flush out towards Longer now, they're starting to really get it going as Morpheus looking to see if he might be able to pick something up. Daryl though holding towards Barrel. The line up though, and he does, puts him down. And does that cause a rotate out from ANU? It actually might here. And now Osas, you can peek past this smoke because it's a bit deep there. As they've pretty much left the side. And Jazz now, he's going back. He's got that Molotov and throwing down smoke as he tries to get back into that side towards Optimus. He's going to take down one. He gets a second. Hazy's there to join him, and Hazy gets a second there. That's what they're after. Jazz with one back, and they hold this down very nicely. And Morphitz, he sold a very nice sort of fake there. Unfortunately, couldn't get on the side. Hazy takes him down. And you pick up their 12th and make this a 6-round deficit, and they are starting to really get away with this one.
Yeah, 6-12. Like ANU right now just running away. They're pushing the lead a little bit more with each round, and UON-AC, they're trying to push into this play. They haven't been successful at planting at all. And yeah, the eco round is just coming in round after round, and they are not able to get onto the board, which is starting to really be bad for them. Daryl does see the bulk of the team here, ate a lot of damage. Rajesh from the side is gonna swing, sees ahead, but eventually gets Morphitz down, which is nice. But UON, they're all charging through to ANU, and ANU says, well, anytime you want.
Just waiting here, Rajesh. He's just loving it at the moment. They're just running into his M4. Bonk picks up one as well. Now 10 left. In a 1v5, only the Deagle in hand, and he will be put down into the dirt by Daryl. 13-6. And now this gun round becomes very, very important here for UON. They're just not really being able to get anything going so far in this second half. They've won both pistols in this game. And unfortunately, both of them have then resulted in them losing that second round, which is just always so important economy-wise. As this timeout coming through from UON, they're deciding what to get up. Velocity's going to pick up that AWP, so sacrificing his utility for a bit of body armor and that one. So it just depends on what position they can get him into, because you don't usually see a lot of T-side AWPs on overpass. But I mean, we had Hazy during the first half. He looked absolutely fantastic with it when he was given the opportunity. So Velocity hasn't been able to get it in his hands as much as he would have liked. Now has the opportunity to do something here on this T side.
It really depends if Velocity is gonna sort of like get that mimic from Hazy, because Morpheus always potentially had that long A lockdown by himself. He was always there to, you know, make it hard for ANU, but the position is reversed. No one's really looking after that long. I mean, they get a peek from Bonka, and that's about it. And right now, Morpheus is the one that should be giving that AWP to maybe force that disposition. Meanwhile, Velocity looking down this tunnel is not really going to get anything. I mean, maybe for the first 90 seconds, it's just going to be pretty much staring down to that tunnel.
Yeah, they have got that tunnel control, so they'll be pretty happy with that. The problem is, where do they go from here? Do they want to hit in towards this B side, going towards water, or maybe go up then through mid and go in towards that toilets area? As Tenzin picking up that bomb now. 60 seconds left on the clock. Velocity holding that angle. Daryl, if he does take this, it could be a bit of trouble. That flash to try and get him off there. And I don't know if either of them really spotted each other. I say that Velocity is now speaking on back, and GP Selfie swings out just as Bonk was pushing into water. The timing, unfortunate for Bonk, as the push on towards this B side begins. And they've pretty much got it for free here. Jazz put down on the ground as well, and 5v2. He's still alive, but Velocity ends him there, and now Hazy left in the 1v4, and a very nice push on towards this B side there from UON.
Yeah, 13-6. This is looking to be a 13-7. Hazy says, okay, I really don't have much to do with you guys, so he's going to do for an early retreat. This is starting to look a little bit better, because after they managed to lock down Daryl, they were able to completely just say, okay, you know what, let's try to go for a swing. They slowly and steadily descended down that connector, and unfortunately meeting Bonk on the way and says, well, okay, goodbye. And yeah, this side is just making it too easy. Velocity can get a nice edge onto Nest, and at the same time, right after that, they can't really do anything else coming from AU, so UON responds correctly. And Hazy though, Hazy, oh my god!
My god, that is
disgusting.
That is actually so huge, because UON, they've lost everything there. They don't have enough, like, money-wise. They're going to be so short of utility, they'll lose the orb. That is...
I mean, Hazy...
They won the round, but, oh my god, Hazy comes up absolutely enormous after the fact. I mean, they don't win the round. They almost win it in a sense, because of just how much they destroy their economy as Jazz puts down Morford's peeking out there from upper tons, and now UON, they just have to be kicking themselves there. They had the AWP, they had all the AKs, they had everything to save across into the next round. And now look at it, no utility, just 2 flashes of smoke, and Galil as well on Ozas. That just hurts so very much.
Yeah, feels bad when you drop your weapon of choice here. Velocity is probably thinking, well, an AWP would have been nice with some backup flash and nades here. So not having access to those is definitely going to be hurting them. Obviously, oh my god, what a tap onto Velocity. He was low, but you know what? Rajesh says headshot any day. There's no molly on UON, which feels even worse because they definitely would have preferred to have more smokes and mollies to secure a potential A into play. And now B is pretty much ruled out of this second. They have to try to make a gamble onto this A, and Jazz is here waiting with a molly. Oh yeah, he sees that head, he's instantly just gonna light it on fire.
So pushing up there in towards the B site from Sewers was Tenzin. Unfortunately, he's shut down, as is his teammates, and now Selfie left in a 1v4. And they got that last round, UON, but now they are just in a world of hurt as Selfie trying to get away here. 15, 14 seconds. He's just most likely going to try and save if he can. Last thing he wants, though, is to go down right now after time, because he's only got $50, so he needs to be very, very careful. And it doesn't look like they're going to be... They are searching. They might just be a bit too late to find him. Exactly, and they will not be able to get to him, but Selfie does have the AK across. And now, what do UON do? They engage, they invest into this round with what little they have, and they're going to. They don't want to give ANU this 15th, but it seems more than likely that is what is going to happen. Unless they can really... They just need to get these opening picks here, and if they can use this push up through mid, they might be able to get something done.
Yeah, unfortunate situation, but Hazy from top is going to go for a trade here. Jazz does go down in the exchange, but Hazy is the high value target with that AWP that can lock down this A play. No matter how much utilities is going to be thrown, they have to throw bodies at Hazy. And meanwhile, there is going to be a rotation, and the rest of UON, they are trying to gun themselves up, trying their best to push into a site and ensure that they don't give away 8 map points in the beginning. So it's not a bad response. It is pretty much everything that they have. If you look at the utilities, they have 1 more flash, so they have to trade bodies for Hazy.
They have to push in on this because they don't have enough utility to realistically go towards that B side. Daryl and Hazy though holding down A perfectly. Morfords gets that one down to Daryl, but he's still sitting on side here as Hazy, and I think they were aware that he's towards that Optimus area. He's just walking around. Tenzin though pushing him through back, picked up Rajesh, and now more thirds. He knows Hazy towards that area, won't be able to get him down though, and Hazy left.
Oh!
1v! The 2v1 Hazy. Stop it. 29 and 8. He is just having the time of his life with that all.
Yeah, Hazy usually is not the author for ANU as well. Usually they have Dank Sniper filling that role. So looking at Hazy come up with an 8OP and just slashing it through, it's going to be really insane. And of course, if you look at Daryl, the big boy Nagiv is out against the UON economy written off team.
Well, whenever the Nagiv comes out, it usually means that there's a few rounds to spare in towards this map here. As it's looking for a connector. Hazy gets the first down towards Fountain, but will go down, and that's an AWP traded across to the side of UON as well, as they start to push on towards this A-Star. The bomb already going there, but Jazz is going to chase down GP Selfie from behind. They're just starting to flank it around them. Jazz gets Ozas as well, and now it's a 2v4. Make that a 1v4. Velocity. Daryl pulling out the negative. You love to see, and that is going to finish it as well. Jazz takes down Morfords, and ANU eSports a 16-7 here on Overpass. They looked very, very competent in doing that one. They'll be licking their lips as we will be moving into Inferno next. But yeah, Hazy there, just absolutely on the money. 30 kills in the map. I mean, he was just having the time of his life.
Oh yeah, like just judging by how we had that last round was done. In the beginning it was okay, a little bit shaky for both sides, but then ANU started getting more into the groove, and Hazy and Rajesh, you know, just absolutely popping off. They can lock down the size, they can lock down the angles, clutch it up, especially no scopes, 4Ks coming out from that side. When you went unanswered from UON, and every time it came, like, they win the pistol round and then they drop the one right after that because they didn't predict that ANU went into a full buy as well, and that's something that they're probably gonna have to go back and reevaluate onto the weeks coming up.
Yeah, unfortunately, there's a lot that they can definitely take away from that one. There were rounds that they had the opportunity to get into there, but ANU, that was their map pick, of course, on the overpass. They look very confident. They started off in the T side as well. They knew what strats they wanted to run, and they held those CT angles very well themselves. So they look very good there, but now we do have to go into Inferno, which, of course, is going to be the pick of the Newcastle boys. So they have an opportunity to fight back here. Pretty much all the maps we've had so far this round, no one has gone 1-1. So it's been just the opposite each way around. It's been the one team has taken a map pick off one, and then one side goes to the other, and it just seems to be how it is.
Pretty much. So, ladies and gentlemen, while we go into a quick 5 minutes BRB, don't go anywhere. Make sure to just quickly get some refreshment from bubble teas from Chatime, and we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. ladies and gentlemen, we came back early because we are ready to go into the second map of tonight between AEL Esports and UON-AC. Now, Haz, what did you think about that first one, where it's 16-7 victory for AEL Esports?
Yeah, ANU just really looked confident on that overpass pick, of course, their map, and they wanted. Usually, in a lot of these situations, when the teams get to pick what side they start on, you usually see a CT start and then go into the T from there. But they were straight onto the T side. They knew what strats they wanted to run. They knew how they wanted to play the game exactly, and they just. It was pretty early, I think, early on that UON, they definitely kept themselves around in it. But once ANU sort of got their everything rolling and they felt like they could get into the game pretty nicely, they looked really, really competent on that T side, and even better on that CT side as well. So they would be pretty happy with how things would have gone, as they were both teams just sort of getting ready to start here on Inferno. So this is the opportunity here for UON to fight back here. This is going to be their map pick of Inferno, have the opportunity to sort of get into this one, and it'd be interesting to see what kind of strats they're going to pull out either on their T side or maybe even their CT side. I don't usually see too many like that, but hey, you never know these days. There's always something that you can change it up with. And for Inferno, a map that, you know, has become pretty a staple, I would say. It's sort of been the one for me ever since, you know, it was the Cloud9. They won the majors against FaZe. This map has just always been a very, very popular pick of everyone's. It's not quite up there with Mirage and use-wise, but it's definitely one of the mainstays of Counter-Strike, I would imagine.
Yeah, look, you know, Inferno has just always been a staple. If you came from the early days of CS like myself, really going to sound like a boomer right now.
Before the big update.
Yeah, before everything, Inferno used to just come out from the tunnels and you can go all the way up to the top, ascend the ladders, and then you just can't pick that position. That one AWP is just always going to be your bang of existence. But, you know, in lighting days right now, having an Inferno pick in your pocket, it's always something to strike back into your enemies, right? So it's always looking at how you play Inferno, because in the beginning, if you're confident as a, you know, T hold and you get that, you know, early banana control and you keep on striking feed into your enemies just because of that banana control, or even having the second mid always taken, it's always good to see. So by the time, you know, your opponents adjust, you're always going to adapt with superior weapons and then get them fall into economy deficit. And then after that, in order to swing all the way back, you jump into the CT and you just hold with a nice AWP through either the mid or even rotate into B. It's always the nice strategies. That's something that we always substandard, like, you know, look for in a game. But yeah, like, it's such a beautiful map to be on. So it's always good to see that Inferno is being picked.
Yeah, it is a very beautiful map, of course. It used to be, as we were saying, very different back in the day. I mean, I think the earliest stuff I remember, you got the Happy One Dig sitting on that old B side, which very nice clip. If you've never watched that, I highly recommend searching that one up. It's an absolute beauty. But both these teams now just sort of warming up, getting ready. We're waiting for a few of the guys to come back from being AFK. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of pressure on here for the Uni of Newcastle boys now. I mean, they just sort of fell away there on towards overpass. We did see them in 16-7, and I did say that 10-5 first half, I really thought they probably deserved a few more rounds. So they've definitely got a few mistakes they need to fix up, but they've got the opportunity to get something done here. There was definitely a lot of times where I thought that they really pulled together quite decently, but yeah, it really does come down here to how they start this one. They won both pistols on overpass, but then gave up the second round. That's just always such a... It's a real morale hurt of that one, because you get that first pistol, but then you lose the second one. And ANU, they just, both times, just looked to reinvest almost immediately. So they didn't want to give that up. As it looks like the team's now getting ready to start the knife round, which, of course, you know, doesn't involve anything at all, because one team will suicide or possibly, yep, well, there you go. ANU, they're perishing before we can even get the round underway. Velocity, seeing what's happening, can't even take it. He falls down himself as... Now it's just Cyclone and Jazz staring off at each other as they do drop down. I believe Cyclone is being subbed in for ANU, because that was... who did we have before?
We had Bonk.
We had Bonk. So Bonk has been unfortunately let go as a free agent. He has been dismissed after just the one map, and Cyclone does take his place here. So ANU will be starting on the T side. University of Newcastle will be starting on the CT. So and 3 nades, which makes me think there's 3 people going B, and those 3 nades going to be flying straight down banana. Or possibly even a push down through mid. It depends, but yeah, they're all going there. I'm seeing it happening. Amp, take us away for our first round of Inferno.
Alright, let's go. Here comes the triple nade. They're gonna fight. Oh, ridiculous damage! And all of a sudden, they are just gonna drop them like flies. No return kills just yet. Hazy does connect one in, but look at it. The 3 nades bought them so much. The value is good. The bomb is still unfortunately at B. And Hazy has to go push this up. Cyclone only on 21 has armor, no helm, and this stage, UON-AC, their strategy paid off. They just need to hold on to this position. Tenzin really, really low, but the rest of UON might just need to like back this position up a tiny little bit more and just give them that room to duel.
Yes, they still don't have the time here, and the rotate across from Osas as well means that Selfie's just on the A site by himself. He's probably hearing a bit now on Osas, making his way back now as they push up towards short and towards this bomb site. Holding here is going to be really big. The bomb starting to go down. Hazy will be actually put Selfie down. Osas though with the trail on the cyclone. Now Hazy left on the side. You don't want to leave this man an opportunity to give him anything done here. And Tenzin velocity is so low. The bomb goes down. Hazy, he's getting down to 14 HP, and Tenzin pulls it out with 3 HP. And UON, I mean, Hazy, anytime this man's alive, they're just sweating. But a really nice hold there in those nades. I mean, I called it. I said, I looked at it, 3 nades bought, all 3 go banana, and all 3 of them do absolutely massive damage. I mean, I could just almost look at the utility damage here. 43 for Tenzin, 86 for Mawson, 78 from velocity. So those, that damage, that's pretty much 2.5 kills across the board immediately with those nades. That is fantastic stuff. And ANU, there it is again. They reinvest. They lose the round, but they get that bomb down. They put everything in towards it.
Yeah, you called it, you're a prophet. And this is just ridiculous, Haz. Like, every time you see UON takes the round, ANU comes back, they say, you know what, no problem, we're gonna buy in. You have the arms, we have the AK. So Daryl gets that first one onto Ozaz, and the second spray does come down. But yeah, in that exchange, Daryl is gonna be lost, and meanwhile Hazy providing so much trouble here. It's gonna take one more, and now it's just down to GP Selfie. All of a sudden, the rest of ANU, they say, okay, well, we're just gonna go and just settle ourselves straight into your home. We're gonna get the open plan in as well, and GP Selfie with that fused by 1 flash, 1 nade. Can't be in a position to push anything.
Well, ANU, they have not been great at the pistol round so far, but they are the sick. They are the after pistol round specialists as again, UON, I mean, they have that opportunity to go up for the 2-0, but ANU just so aggressive through mid. I mean, Osas got chased pretty much all the way from top mid through the connector area, and they just knew it was. They pushed him down. The rotate's coming through towards CT to try and stop that from going through. Unfortunately, it proves to be a pretty helpless task, as it's just going to be Selfie saving that MP9 across for the next round. And you even this up in 1 apiece and save most of their weaponry across. Now you look at that. All of their players with basically $4,000. They'll be able to invest pretty heavily in utility. Daryl will have to go in for a new AK buy, but they already start to build up a slight bit of bank, and they should be good even if they drop this round to reinvest into the next. Yeah,
UON is coming in with an eco, GP Selfie, retaining that 1 RP. They have to pull some form of result here, because if they, obviously don't trade out most of the weapons coming from ANU, the next one, they're not going to be feeling as well. Tenzin from that boost is going to get 1. There is 1 more velocity here. Being shot, his hands are bleeding, he's burning. He does make it out alive. There is going to be the plan from Cyclone. But yeah, you're not going to come from that rune side as well. So the rest of UON going to have to fight this 1 by 1. Hazy brought down to 5. Selfie though. Huge pickup.
So Morph is walking the wrong way. Then Daryl's looking the wrong way. Their Selfie didn't even have his gun out at that point, but we'll be able to save the AK across, you'd imagine, at this point. A Cyclone. He goes pushing in, seeing if he can find anything here. Velocity comes speaking on out. Osas will be able to put Cyclone down and grabs that Mac 10. And 2v2, if they had a kit and they had maybe some better weaponry, they might have had a chance to push in towards that one. Unfortunately not. Osas, that is very well played there. Puts down Hazy, and Rajesh doesn't survive the bomb. And UON, they dropped the round, but pretty nice all around. I mean, they knocked down every single one of the ANU players. They forced them to rebuy into this one. Daryl is going to have no utility for that one, but ANU, so they lose a bit of that bank they had built up there. And UON, they have everything up here in tens and immediately, so they get that early AWP, so something they didn't really have over on overpass a lot of the time. They need to, I think, put down a bit more utility towards this B site, because at the moment ANU, they're really looking to get as aggressive as possible. That smoke will at least stop that for the time being, but they're trying to get this one set it. As Morphus is going to be joining the man himself, Velocity, towards this B site, but they continue here, ANU. They've already got complete control of Banana as they get ready to start pushing in towards this B side.
It's a nice little bit of happening to Morpheus at the same time, and Jazz picks up a massive double. They haven't really spotted out the third player here, and Velocity needs to provide. He does get the one, but he is stuck in that corner. So this is the plan, and the rest of UON-AC, they have to push through, but Tenzin without AWP is going to be steering way away from this fight here. I mean, if he does walk through here, it's going to be just a really bad time. And the rest of ANU taking the banana, and it's going to... Oh! As I say that, Daryl gets shot from beside. Oh! That is not what you want to do. You don't want to BM here.
Yeah, Tenzin, he's nodding his head up and down. I think I'll be getting my running shoes on and getting the hell out of there at the moment, because he is... almost got retaken back there as Jazz goes peeking on in. Now Selfie and Tenzin look to save the rest of these weapons from the round. Again, UON. I mean, they had the numbers there. They had the 3 players on the site. Unfortunately, they just got stuck in these 1v1 battles rather than trying to go for trades across the board. ANU pick up their third. 3-1 after 4. And already they're starting to create a bit of a buffer. And if I'm UON, I'm already worried about how pushing is going on towards Banana. I mean, utility needs to sort of go down, and in this situation as well, because they could reinvest around Selfie and Tens, and Selfie can buy at least one person here if he wants to, and the others though. But if they lose this round, they've all invested heavily. 4-1 becomes 5-1, could even become 6-1, and that roll would be a very... It's not how you want to start your own map pick, especially on the CT side.
Oh, well, you've called it again. I'm afraid it has, because they are gonna buy into this as well. This is just gonna... Oh, I'm not sure about this loadup. They are gonna go for a very high risky play.
Casino, and they've put all in on the roulette table. So hopefully it pays off. But knowing how gambling usually goes, not very well. But they've got their weapons and they've got the investment. They want to put as much possible there. Instant is going to stop that push over as early in the nade as well. Daryl trying to pick around that one close. He's going to take 50 damage from it as well. This is better. So the utility goes down. They push them back. They don't allow them to get that aggressive towards the B side. When they've got those nades out, they're doing huge damage. Daryl's already down to 20, and he hasn't really seen anyone so far. Jazz as well on 60. As the smoke dissipates, they still want to try and push towards this B side here, though, ANU.
Yeah, I mean, there's 36 numbers and the casino only pays 35-1, so you just gotta know, casino's got that edge right now. UON really trying to bank on an all-in here. If they drop this round, the next round's gonna be even worse. And ANU, they still have a plethora amount of utilities that they can throw at any site they want. It looks like they are gonna grab a fake and go straight into A. Selfie sees a lot of the smoke, doesn't really get anything connected as well, and Rajesh is gonna clear the top.
So on towards this side here, the ump in hand. Cyclone going to put him down though before he can really do anything. And Selfie, I mean, he's sort of stuck at the other side there, more towards connector, and he can do absolutely nothing as the bomb goes down. 5v4 situation, and UON, I mean, they might just have to save because they don't really, they've got utility. Morphus goes down though, and Hazy takes out Velocity and Tens and Selfie. Well, what do they do? They're just sort of deciding, they're not really knowing, do we leave, do we go? While they're trying to make up their minds, Jazz pushes through, takes down Selfie, and Tenzin now with that AWP. He's running as far as he can. And the problem is, my man, you've got the entire team of you following him. He is going, oh, he's just running. He's going, he's not stopping at B. He's going all the way back to CT. He doesn't want anything to do with this. So he should be able to save the AWP through to the next round. Oh, no, don't do that. No, oh my God. He likes to play with fire, this man. He will save across the AWP, but then you go UON. Lost buy bonus will mean that they can invest pretty decently into this one. In fact, mostly Tenzin will be able to get utility, but everyone else, yeah. So the guns come out, but then you sacrifice that utility. Morphets to do so to get that Molotov and also the grenade. To pick up the P90, which we love. That flash isn't quite working out. And Morford's already pretty much going down before he can even get a shot off with that P90. That nade, though, again, they're doing good utility damage. If they can just pull through some kills. And then the P90 picks up one. Jazz going to put him down 4v4. But they're already taking complete control of this top mid here as they start to move in. And there's only one person on the site. And that's Osa, so he needs to go absolutely huge here. He needs to get a lot of kills if he looks to keep UON in this round.
Oh, not like that. Rajesh picks up one right there. That's the AWP goes down, but Selfie is going to pick it back up. And yeah, this is just the AWP game here. They can't push in. They've got the most highest value of gun here that is posing a threat to ANU, but ANU says, well, we're playing objective and you got nothing else left. They have no utilities. They don't have any pushing power. And if they do, ANU is happy to trade because their bank is huge. Look at Jazz. He's got 10.5. You know, Hazy with 7.1. Rajesh with 7.8. They are still just picking up utilities, but hang on a second. Velocity. He gets one. I mean, they know where they are now, but the rest of ANU says, okay, well, that's just fine. It's not so bad. We can buy back in. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's the problem there, is that they can buy back in pretty easily from that one. It does hurt the economy a bit. I mean, you look at Jazz, he had 1,400 before he starts buying there. Daryl's probably going to be the lowest, and he's going to be around 2,300. Cyclone also joining him with that one. But then you look at Hazy and Rajesh, just so much money in the bank. Jazz as well. And you know, I mean, the problem here for the Newcastle fellas is that they keep having to save, but at some point you're going to have to just go for it, put the money in towards it, and try and get that defuse if these bomb plants keep going down. But then you risk losing all your guns, and then you're lost really in towards that economy hell. They do have a pretty good lost buy bonus at the moment. They have dropped the next 5 after winning that opening pistol, but yeah, they're just in such a poor position here. 2 orbs though. Could possibly see something happen. As so far, ANU just keeping sort of default positions spread out, not really looking to push in too far so far, as they're just waiting for UON either to peek in towards that or deciding whether or not they want to hit this B or A side.
Oh, this is the Casino Royale. ANU eSports is thrown to UON, boys. They are really just getting all that AK through. The utilities are still looking pretty healthy. They do need to bait out just a bit more response. Velocity is going to give it to them, which is going to buy some time. I mean, this is the AWP that he's been holding for quite a while, and the rest of ANU is pivoting towards this banana, trying to take this B. They just need that one flash and one smoke, and they can just go for it. This is the utilities coming in, and they just... Daryl!
So much damage. Oh my god. Selfie to the smoke actually picks down Cyclone. I was worried that Molotov was going to actually kill Jazz off. He's only got the 1 HP. So Jazz is very low. UON, they have an opportunity. 3v3 in towards this one here as the smoke dissipates from that side of CT.
Oh.
The problem is they have to come in with the orbs, and Hazy's already picked up velocity, so the banana presence is completely gone now. And now it's up to Selfie and Osas, and as I was saying, they have to push in at some point. They have to go for one of these users as Jazz puts down big damage. Osas now onto 19, and again, it just looks like they have to save. There's not much they can do in this situation. As Osas, he might be able to pick up Hazy, but Hazy puts him down before he can do anything. If he grabs Selfie as well with that ult, that's going to be massive, and he does. Hazy, he is just having the time of his life in both of these maps. He picks up another. And that's going to make it a nice 9 for this first half so far. We're only 7 rounds in. He leads all comers again. And they are just rolling here. And Newcastle boys, well, they just need to find a response, but I'm just not really sure where it's going to be coming from.
Yeah, it's really hard right now. Tenzing on 0 money by now. Selfie being pushed down here on that banana, not locking his chances, but he's gonna grab one. Could be huge here. Waiting for a backup. Morphis. He gets 2 big kills here. Rajesh returns one. ANU, they have been stopped. Hazy's still here. He has to pick up the bomb. Doesn't see anything else, so he couldn't take the shot. At the same time, Rajesh and Hazy are the main carries here. Tenzin needs to make it work. He does, and now it's just Hazy, 1 of 4. Surely, this is a round going back onto UON.
Well, no utility, half health. This should be a round here for UON. And that's probably where that they need something they need to do. They got more aggressive towards the banana. They wanted to take those fights. And it sort of catches ANU by surprise. And also that flush up from Morphit's lines most of their players. Hayes picks up one, but he won't be able to get the second. Selfie there for the trade. And 2-6. They stop a run of 6 straight from ANU, who, well, even though they dropped the round, still plenty of money to reinvest into this one. As oh, that is a scout buy. I don't know if that was what they were after exactly, and isn't. So they actually lose a bit of money there, having to rebuy another AK. Not exactly something you want to do, but they're still looking pretty nice with the money. The Tans are getting aggressive out towards the mid. Jazz goes down, and there it is. I think that's UON. That this is the sort of play they need to do. They want to get aggressive, get those early picks, really make ANU work for it. And these nades, they're doing so much utility damage towards Banana. Velocity, though, does spot out a couple, but his Deagle came through before he actually spotted the others there, and Cyclone will put him down. Now in a 4v4. Selfie, that boost up, he spots them, can't quite get the hits down though.
Oh, but Hazy. That molly though.
Oh, that molly top is so big. Hazy, he's just loving it at the moment. And now Morphous has to make his way back as quickly as possible. That Molotov actually stops the smoke in the worst position. Hazy just runs around beside it. The B side is completely open. And he is just running right here for ANU. And now, but having that advantage, they lose 3 players. UON, again, they just probably have to save here.
Yeah, like I'm pretty sure like half the time, like UON just then is probably doing the the run, but why? The molly was actually stopping ANU from advancing, and then Morpheus turning around and dousing it in front of them is like saying, well, I'm ready for you to come and take my life now. So it's a little bit of a mistake being committed in the pressure right here. So 7-2, ANU picked up all sorts of fun that last round, getting away with absolute murder, even with the economy just flexing it up upon UON. UON does have not a very good buy right now. This is just, they're just gonna look for the utilities here. Cyclone on half, and they're gonna jump through though. That is a lot of things that they shouldn't be doing. Selfie takes the 2, and now the rest of ANU, they're saying, well, we want to take you anyway. He does manage to run away. Hazy's gonna chase anyway. Grabs one, knows there's still one more. It's gonna chuck and invest, disable the side, and Selfie, he knows he needs to make it happen. But yeah,
does a bit of damage, but only picks up the one in the end. And ANU, I mean, just showing no respect there. Just a straight push through Banana. Almost backfired against Tanzan. Oh, the P2000 coming off and knocked Hazy down. And now Daryl, the AWP, stuck in towards the back of this side here. Osas finishes him off. And UON, that sort of iffy buy comes through pretty nice in the end. They're going to pick up an AWP from that as well. And pick up round number 3. So ANU getting a bit too aggressive, not having too much respect there for the UON boys up towards Banana. And sometimes when that happens, you're going to be punished for it. And that's exactly what happened there. 7-3. Still plenty of money to invest, but that bank is starting to it's just starting to dry up a bit. Starting to lower, but they're still able to pretty much full util 5 AKs across the board. Meanwhile, UON looking pretty nice with their own buy here as well. Morford's with that PP Bison, which seems to be one of his favourite guns at the moment. We've seen him use that one quite a bit so far.
Yeah, Morpheus hasn't done quite badly. Tenzing here, trying to fish something out. Jazz, meanwhile, gets a big tap. But yeah, no, he's going to be traded. Cyclone's going to pick up Osaz, and Morpheus, his days are numbered. He's on 6 health, but he's going to take one anyway, which is really good result. At the same time, this just goes down into ANU right now. Not really fighting on information. They're fighting on body-to-body trades and not giving UON any form of respect. They're not even going to bother. They say, you know what, shoot at us. We know you're there anyway. Which resulted in the last round that they've dropped onto the corner peak. And right now, Cyclone with that 6 health going to drop his final utilities, clear out the pit. And they're just waiting for a pick on Velocity. No, sorry, on Tenzing, I believe. And then they'll have that A.
Tenzing good for 1, but that's all he's good for there as the bomb starts to go down from Hazy. Rajesh with him, and Velocity with that AWP needs to retake this site, and it's always so hard when an AWP's going to retake down. He's going to have the angle looking in, but I think Hazy should be able to get the spray down first. He does. Velocity goes down. The AWP goes down. And UON drop another one. 8-3 ANU. Continue on this impressive T-side half at the moment. And again, like, they will be able to reinvest, but it's sort of just so much they sacrifice. Morphets has to go for the MP9. still actually managed to get a fair bit of decent utility across the board. So, which is not as bad as its first thought for Tenzin. He's only got the Eagles, so make it a bit more difficult again. They're just so aggressive. Banana Osar trying to throw up some utility, trying to stop something, but he pokes his head around just slightly and he goes down. Already just losing another opening duel. And ANU, again, just complete banana control.
Yeah, well, Tenzin, he had 9,000 at the beginning of the round, so he bought everyone's weapon in order to maximize this round, but that's just not going according to plan. Everything is starting to fall apart for UON at this stage. And ANU says, okay, well, you know what? You did invest, we're just going to quickly take it away from you. You're not really going to have that much of a bonus onto the next round when you drop this. So, yeah, it's a nice little bit of an angle coming in from Hazy. Selfie, although from the side, does pick up one more. This enables a little bit of a take. Rajesh almost goes down and Tenzin is here, picks up a gun, and they can fight.
Go for this, and Selfie with another 2v2. They actually have an opportunity to get something done here. Tenzin wants out one, he gets Jazz as well. Tenzin spraying down, he might actually have this. He picks up the kit, and he will be able to get the defuse in, and UON, the retake goes through nicely. Selfie and Tenzin putting in work. They pick up their fourth. They do not want to finish this one yet. ANU, they've been threatening to just completely run away with this, but these last few rounds from UON, after initially winning the first, they dropped 6 in a row, but since then it's sort of just been back and forth. They're kicking themselves in this game at the moment as their buy again. It's just a bit short. Their economy's just sort of back and forth at the moment. But I mean, ANU here, they lose this round, their economy is going to be completely gone. Their bank is pretty much almost out. Rajesh still has 3,000, but everyone else is pretty low. This round, very, very important here for UON. They want to try and stay in Inferno here.
And he still 4 rounds to work with. Selfie really low on that corner here, and Hazy does know he can't go for it. You can't pick that. And Jazz and Dara, 1 kill each. That's 3 players down. They've opened the whole map up, and B is the play to push. And yeah, the rest of UON, they can't really advance, although I'm not sure why Cyclone decided to just braveheart that one onto A. That was very interesting.
Just delaying them even further, and now Tenzin and Velocity stuck on towards the side. Tenzin trying to get in towards Library will be put down. Now Velocity left in a 1v4. He's just going to go in towards the apartments, you'd imagine. Possibly maybe even through mid and just save this AK if he can. He is being pushed already. If he doesn't start moving a bit, or if he doesn't hear anything, you're about to get taken down from top mid. He's realizing that he might be looking up. He sprays down, but he misses it. And now the entirety of ANU knows where this man lives and where he is at the moment. Velocity, he manages to get down in towards underpass there. He won't be able to get away with it. He goes down as he makes his way, trying to make his way away from the ANU boys. He falls 4-9. ANU again just looking fairly competent and relaxed at the moment. Another timeout call from UON. Again, this is the problem. They've got absolutely no money, and you'd imagine here, there's no way they would invest into this one. They'd be thinking they'd just save this round, at least try and get some sort of good buy-in for the last, make it a 5-10 half. Because if they really go all in here, they're going to have nothing for the end of the next round as well. But looks like that's what they're doing. Velocity buying everything up here, an MP7. Morford's buying a full armor and a kit. I don't know about this. I would have thought you'd try and just full save for the next one, have a full buy, try and take, you know, a 5-10, but they're looking to try and pick up this round here and make it a 6-9 if they can get this one through. But I don't know, 3 MP9s, an MP7, a Mag 7, and very limited utility and body armor.
Hey, when the slots are calling, you know you have to coin up. Despite Hazy burning himself a little bit, and they're just, you know, they're making it look flash. They're making the blackjack come a little bit more closer. They're thinking that, you know, you win the $10, you get the 15 reinvestment. The next one, you're gonna come up and with $1,000, and that's what's happening. Selfie given away for free right here on that poke. And then at the same time, they've already perplexed themselves at this B for a take. You can see him, Morpheus, it's a booster cause, he instantly gets taken down, but yeah, you can't do anything else now. Like, this is just gonna force everyone out.
The trading from AU has just been impeccable so far. And the bomb's even going to go down on the A side. So Osis is going towards B. He's probably going to realize now, hang on, this bomb is actually maybe towards A. He doesn't even have the chance to have that mind go through, have that thought go through his mind there as he gets put down as well. 10-4 ANU. And these UON, I mean, they just have absolutely nothing for this last round. You're going to invest as much as possible, like 3,000. You're going to see a lot of SMGs, the P90, a bit of utility. Only head armor on Morphets. Tenzin doesn't even invest anything. He had 3 grand. Does he double for the last round? I guess no, just not even the Zeus kill as well. He has an AK in hand and gets a Zeus kill because why not?
Why not?
Pushing down Banana. Selfie manages to get one back. That Molotov. He just runs back into it. He didn't want the round to go any further there. He goes down and ANU pick up number 11, 11-4. Very solid T side. And now they move on to the CT side. Just 5 rounds to close out this map and the series. Well, this is their map pick. They do, I hope, have a few strats for this B side. Oh, well, sorry, well, I should say for this T side. And, well, they're going to find themselves onto an A with nothing. It depends when ANU start coming through from top, bottom, mid. And, oh, my God, the roles have been completely reversed as to who's fighting who from what angle at the moment. Hazy, G, Cyclone, Daryl, everyone pops in with a kill. And Osis left in a 1v3. They were thinking about doing the knife, but Cyclone just finishes it off there. And ANU, 12 rounds. That's not something you see every day. All the CTs were towards bottom mid, and all the Ts were towards top mid. So it's always very interesting, and ANU pull it off very nicely.
Yeah, ANU just made a beeline straight down that banana and said, let's go. I just can't do it anymore. Like, everything just happened. UON has just met the demise at the hands of ANU, and that nade goes huge for Morpheus. Half his life is pretty much just got dissipated in front of him. At the same time, ANU, they have the buy. They say, come at us, and UON has a semi-buy here. There is a pickup on Daryl, but Rajesh picks one back up straight away, and Tenzin has to push up with a scout. Ooh, that could have been an epic moment.
Well, so far in these maps, everyone that's won the pistol round, which has been UON, they've lost the preceding round. After that, Cyclone, though, picking up Oasis. The bomb goes down as well. Towards top mid, the CZ from Velocity is actually knows where Tenzin lives. Oh, my God. The Swag 7. There's 2 of them out at the moment on Jazz and Hazy. And now Velocity, they know where he was around as well, to that top mid. More towards that A-long side. He's got a CZ in hand, only 14 bullets. Doesn't probably want to get into this close contact here with Hazy. Unfortunately, that's what happens. Hazy puts him down. He's 22nd kill. He's 22-6. Jazz also following him with 18-10. And UON, they just seem out of ideas at the moment. They will be able to invest pretty heavily into this round, most of their players, Bison and Morphets. And I just feel like, unfortunately, they haven't really controlled their economy at all. They've sort of been a bit all over the place. I mean, for the 13, you haven't exactly had a lot of money going your way to begin with, but some of their investments have been very interesting when you think they probably should have saved. ANU, meanwhile, they've had a huge bank pretty much this entirety of Inferno, and they're already trying to get aggressive as possible on Banana. That is the difference. Just this Banana aggression, they just take control of it immediately. UON was sort of allowing ANU to take Banana control as they're absolutely running wild. They've already taken top mid. Banana is gone. They know exactly where these players are really going to be around. Velocity will get the Jazz at least. Doing some decent damage. We will go down there from Daryl. Rajesh takes down Selfie, and now Velocity left in a 1v4. They know where he is. 17 HP, the SG. I mean, it's a pretty great gun, but not when you just wander in with a swag and just, you know, shoot him in the head. Why not? Hazy's having a lot of fun here.
If you're AEU right now, you must be feeling pretty good and confident about your current game, because they've been rattled without a response. The current buy is just broken. You have P90 Scout, you have the AKs, you have the Mac. Like, you don't have enough utilities to work it. You only have one side that you can pretty much push, and that's what they're doing. But oh no! Oh,
Nade came back as well. Jazz picking up 2 before Morford's Molotov finishes him off. Cyclone picks up Oasis towards bottom mid. The negative from Daryl gets 2. Selfie and Tenzin both go down. This has just turned into an absolute disaster for UON. And they've got no answers to ANU's dominance right now.
Oh, we've got a scar coming up from Jazz as well. And this is just... that's rough.
But, I mean, look, you could say it's toxic, you say whatever, but in the end, if you got the cash, I mean, it's a gun's a gun. And
exactly.
A very nice gun at that.
Exactly. And look, you know, they can do it. Osas is going to get a spray down to Daryl. They have 3 to give themselves. I mean, why not at this stage, right?
Well, you got to try something, Jazz, though. Well, they've found where that scar was. Osis gets a second with the negative. Unfortunately, will be shut down 3v2. Tenzin spawning one towards Banana as well. And now Velocity and Tenzin left in a 3v2. They need to win this round. And also 11 from here to try and keep this one going. That's not going to help. Velocity goes down. The bomb goes down. Tenzin left in a 1v3. The Deagle is out. What can he do in this situation? He can't quite pick up Hazy, who gets another kill and finishes it off here for ANU. 16-4 on Inferno. They looked absolutely unstoppable there. 26 for Hazy, 21 for Jazz. Meanwhile, 12 for Tenzin. Osis also picking up 11 himself, as did GP Selfie, but Dell with 15. Cyclone with 10. Rojish with 11. And then also Morfords with 9. Velocity with 5, and Amp, that is going to conclude that map, Inferno, and also conclude the series. A 2-0 victory for ANU. They do it fairly comfortably in the end. 16-7 on Overpass on their map pick, and then 16-4 on Inferno, which wasn't their map pick, but they looked pretty terrifying on there. I'd be, if any team, I don't know who else is in the Group A, but if they were watching this map, they're probably sweating right now considering what they just saw. And I guess any other team thinking finals-wise, they're like, oh, this actually might be a bit of a challenge playing these guys.
Well, Group A, I'm pretty sure I saw Monash's name in there, so Monash is definitely going to be someone that they're going to have to contend with because they are the reigning defending champion 2 semesters in a row now. And look, the way I see it right here is UON, although they did pretty well on the first one, it wasn't too bad of a performance, but the second one definitely, you can see that the lack of communication and knowledge, especially when it came down to what they should be doing, was not as decisive as the first one. A couple surprises here and there, and also, like, look, if you're UON right now, you probably feel a little bit bad. It does suck, but this is only round 1. This is only, like, you know, the first game that they've actually fought, so it's always good to feel a little bit scattered. You lose a few rounds, and then you go back, you huddle, you rewatch the VOD, and then you learn, you know, exactly what to do and what to expect for the second one. So it is a massive GG for AU Esports taking this series 2-0. But UON, you know, AC and of course UON-AC, they're both from the same university. They can go back and they can start huddling together and say, okay, so this is the part where you kind of, like, you know, respond as well, work on the economy game, and then come back stronger for the next round.
Yeah, I guess that is the good thing. I mean, it is only round 1. They've got plenty of time to go over a lot of stuff, you know, discuss possibly trying a few new strats, a few new maps. So there's, yeah, as you're saying, there's plenty of time to go over these things, try and change things up and look towards that, I guess, second round and all those beyond. But for ANU, they looked scary tonight, especially just how they were putting themselves, I guess, against probably what was a lesser team in a sense, as UON, just not quite having the same skill level. But for ANU, they'd be feeling pretty pleased with themselves. They just did what they needed to do. They looked good on Overpass. They looked even better on Inferno. And I guess the Monash game now is going to be a real interesting one to watch because, I mean, as you're saying, Monash were the champions last year. They're probably looking at that one going, all right, so we've got a bit of competition that A1. It's not going to be happening for a while, though, just going through all the rounds. And I don't believe, so Monash and ANU won't be playing to the final round.
Yeah, right now it looks,
so
UON's going to go up next against Monash.
Yeah, so everyone else gets to play. Oh, so UON, they've just got a fantastic start. What are they? They've got ANU, and now they've got Monash straight afterwards. So they'd just be like, well,
hey, you know, like that, they're saying we went easy. We're just testing the water, had them in practice. So, you know, that's what I'm getting here from all the guys. So, yeah, look, you know, that's just how it is. It is a nice competition. And with that being said, guys, with the competition, it came with our beautiful sponsors making this happen. Without them, we couldn't really come back here every week to be casting for everyone. So we give them massive thanks. And the first one is going to be Chatime delicious bubble tea. Make sure to go and get a fresh iced tea and try the range today at your local stores. So that's always good. And of course, you do have AOC Monitors. They've been in the business for 50 years. They've got great monitors. They've sold more than 3 million already. They have 144 to 200 hertz range. They have curved monitors, FreeSync, G-Sync compatible, which is always amazing when it comes to performance. And then you have Indomie migraine. Now, if you need to feed your game, try out one of the flavors today. But also, make sure to keep liking Indomie migraine because they did do a massive giveaway on the conclusion of the first semester. And so, you know, coming to the first season, I should say, and now coming to the second season, we want one more of those. And of course, Rick, do you have what it takes to win? Because Rick sure does. So make sure to go and match your viewing experience and playing experience with a pair of Rick headset. And that's pretty much going to be it. Do you have any closing statements?
No, not particularly any off the top of my head. Just looking through a Twitch chat, and I do see a few of the Newcastle boys in here saying that that was actually one of the first maps they've played together, or like at all as a team. So they haven't had any practices at all. So, well, I mean, guys, considering you were playing a team that has been around for a while and has had a pretty stable roster, you did pretty well. So congratulations in that regard. Hopefully you guys get some pracs in and you'll be ready to go. You do have at least, Emp was saying that round 2 was going to be against, I believe, Monash. You do have RMIT next week, so you've got a bit of time to practice for Monash, but they're going to be the big ones, boys. You've got to be watch out for them because they are, I'd say, decently good. You know, that's nothing too spectacular. They only won last season, so it's like...
Yeah, so it's only that, right? It's nothing. With that being said, guys, if you have not followed at AU Esports League, please go ahead and follow all of Australian Esports League social medias so we can bring even more better games for you casted live to you at home during this pandemic and even outside of the pandemic. And as well, please follow my man at HazDaddySlim. Like, this guy is an absolute legend. We team up all the time to cast games like CSGO and Valorant. So make sure to also check out his Twitch and everything else he does.
Yes, and also this man, Emperor ZK, also does his own Twitch streams as well. Emperor_ZK on Twitch and also on Twitter. So make sure you check out that man. Hopefully we will be back later in the week for a few casts as well. And hopefully me and Emp will be doing some LPL stuff soon as well, which will be very, very nice. We're just waiting back on words for getting in the community caster program for myself.
Yep.
But until then, guys, thanks for tuning in. This has been an AEL Uni presentation from myself and Emp. That concludes round 1 as well of our CSGO tournament. We'll be back later on the week. 2 SBS and 2 Tap Tony, I believe, will be taking a game on Wednesday.
Yep.
So make sure you tune in for that one. And then we might be back later in the week towards Thursday or Friday. But until then, guys, have a good one. Enjoy yourself. Stay safe during lockdown. And we will catch you later.
Peace out.